Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the XWF podcast with your host, Chronic Chris Page, them no good bastards, Thunder Knuckles, Bobby Bourbon, and yes, if available, Bearded War Pig. And the action starts now.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of the XWF podcast. With you always is Chronic Chris Page. Joining me today are my two very good brothers from another mother. We're talking about them no good bastards, Thunder Knuckles and Bobby Bourbon. TK, man, how are you doing this weekend, bro?
Good and not spaced out.
Yay. Mr. Bobby, brother, how was your week? What are you up to? Are you eating?
I am not yet, but the night is young. How are you doing, Chris?
It's been an interesting little week, and I've enjoyed some downtime. I actually played softball for the first time today since the pandemic started, which is really interesting because the rules in Florida is you have to wear a mask on the field. So, batting was great without being able to breathe, which was always fun. But other than that, man, living the sunny dream down here in the southern tip of Florida. Our esteemed guest coming back to the program today, Mr. RL Edgar, and still Hart champion for Wednesday Night Warfare Brothers. Welcome back to the show, man. How was your week? What's been going on with you? How's the missus and how are the kids, dude?
Man, it's been a great week. Thanks for having me back, guys. Been a little under the weather. Everybody here is kind of sick, but other than that, it's been not so bad. Just been relaxing and trying to write my ass off. Other than that, that's about it.
Don't do that. You need your ass.
I tend to keep it there. It doesn't go anywhere, but you never know.
Okay.
I believe where we left off with you from last week is rolling into a little Q&A with you. I'm sure you wouldn't mind that, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it. And I appreciate all the questions everybody sent in. It really means a lot. I didn't expect to have to talk this long, so I'm excited to do it.
Well, um, you know, guess I'll just start at the top. TK and Bobby, I don't know if y'all want to just go through them as they've been as they were posted. So JB, friend of the show, couple questions from him. We'll go with the first one. It says, how long do you envision you'll be in the XWF for?
I'd like to stay and write and be around to help for as long as anyone's going to have me. I made it a personal goal to get through a whole year of role playing, and so we'll start there. And I'd like to just stick around.
3 people that you want to face.
Let's see, Alias, Betsy, and probably that guy whose name we can't say without getting censored.
Don't get censored, you just get dinged. Uh, do you think on the with the warfare folks and these parenthesized Muddy and Dolly, and I would venture to say that this is probably going to happen, would make a surprise appearance on a pay-per-view down the line? I don't think you could ever write those characters off completely.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Dolly's been in and out of other people's role plays, and that's the same for Muddy. And but as far as actually competing, I don't know. Doc and Duke and Corey all kicked the shit out of me for retiring Dolly. So, but I don't know. Never say never.
Last one from JB. Do you sense that you'll be the longest reigning Heart champion and bring Warfare into a new direction?
Well, I I got the first defense out of the way, but I don't really know that it matters how long I'm champion as long as we tell a good story with it. And I think that'll be what's most important.
All right, man. TK.
All right. So I've probably got the hardest question for you of them all. Atara
Oh shit.
Themis wants to
Yeah, I
know,
appreciate this one.
who would you fuck, marry, or kill? And that's Paige, Bourbon, and Thunder Knuckles.
Well, I love you all, but if I married any of you, you'd each be fucked and you'd each want to kill me. So I'll spare everybody the details of that.
All right, Bobby.
He didn't answer the question.
Well, he did that on purpose, though, right?
Oh no, we don't.
He
You
did
can't.
that on purpose.
I would be doing
I
Atara.
love all three of you, and I would marry. Hold on,
Hold
I
up.
love all three of you, and would marry all three of you.
I would be
Okay.
doing great friend of the podcast, Atara Themis, a disservice if I allowed that answer to stand.
Uh,
Hold on,
All
hold
right,
on. TK. TK,
That's
I think
marry,
I got this
kill.
one. I got it. I'd marry TK.
Oh,
I'd fuck
Yeah.
Chris, and I think I would kill
Yeah.
RL.
yeah, I think that's about how mine would go. I'd have to marry Robbie, fuck Chris, and kill TK.
I'll take it.
So I survived the entire way. See, Atara thanked me for that. You see, you tried to evade that shit. I just want you to know I got you. Bobby, let's scroll into the next question.
All right. Well, Duke wants to know something, but I don't really. I guess I'll ask that one.
You can
Are
ask it.
you?
You can ask the next one too.
All right. I'm going to ask this one, and then I'm going to ask yours, Chris.
Yeah.
So, RL, are you or are you not related to Boomhauer?
Yeah, I don't know if I've got any family in Texas, but who knows? Yeah.
Doc is telling me to ask his.
Yeah, you
Little
can.
story about RL. Like, he does not have the Texas accent. He is a true Tennessee gentleman. And by that, I mean he is like the most popular guy in the town he lives in. He's going to be the mayor of Kentucky someday. Like, he
May
knows
happen. May
everyone.
happen.
All right. I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
announce
and
it right
ask.
here. We're gonna run for mayor. Yeah.
I'm gonna knock a couple of more questions out really quick. This one,
Okay.
the next one that this one's from Noah Jackson. How much of a cuck is Ned?
Oh shit, dude. He's the he's the cuckiest, dude. He's cuckerific, and I love him.
All right. How sick of a cunt is Noah?
Absolutely the sickest, and I'm really glad that I'm here while he's role playing again. It's cool.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask Docs, which I can't. It doesn't exist. Doc didn't ask any.
Docs, yeah, he
He's
didn't ask
trolling me.
me.
He said it's in the Discord. Hold on.
Doc trolled you hard, bro.
Okay.
Got him.
Okay, no. I found that's right. That's right. Doc actually DM'd me a question to be asked of RL Edgar. All right, and this is a very important question, and I want you to just mull this over. It's from Doc.
Okay.
So, all right. A train leaves Boston at 8:15 a.m., averaging 53 miles per hour. Another train headed in the opposite direction leaves Boston at 12:45 p.m., averaging 71 miles per hour. To the nearest mile, how far are the two trains from each other at 2:45 p.m.?
Oh, you lost me as soon as you started asking questions about time. Like I just blanked out when I heard numbers, so I don't know.
That's a good Doc question right there.
It is. I just blanked out. I have no idea.
It's 487, which,
Okay, good.
that's
That's
right.
what
I wanted to ask a softball question. I figured that would
Yeah.
be one of the easy ones, but we got that
Right.
out of the way at least. All right, I'm done being a jackass. Chris, go ahead and go into your question, man.
All right, man. I want to know, given your history with the XWF, give me your favorite feuds, which you're involved in, and/or ones that you have not been involved in, and give me people currently on the roster that you want to work with. Which I think you kind of already covered that, so you can
Think
skip
so.
over that last little piece of it if you want to.
Yeah, when I first came into the Fed, the coolest thing that was going on was it was Lane, Doc, and Gator, and that was kind of what I looked up to and aspired to. I knew that that's how you had to play to be on that level, and that was a really cool feud. And I'd say the most fun I had telling the story was through Lethal Lottery 4 with Jim Cadis. That went to the finals with Trax, and that was a lot of fun.
Got you. Well, you've already answered currently. TK, let's go on to the next question.
All right. Corey wants to know who your favorite Continuum member is and why is it Corey?
Oh well, it's Corey. What can you say? No, I love all those guys. I don't know. Like I said, Duke's the one who got me brought back in and been working with, and all those guys have been really helpful, and it's just been cool to kind of be in there working with those guys, and they're great. They all know it. They all know they're the best.
So it's Thad and not Corey. Okay. Are there any characters you played in the XWF that nobody knew were you? That's also
yeah,
for Corey.
yeah. Well, there was the Holy Roman Warhorse thing, which I'm glad is over and dead. I tried to do some really bad satire and wasn't good at it or comfortable writing it, and so I was glad that Centurion killed him. That was it was fun to do that. There was other ones. I used to piss Lane off because I would send like 4 or 5 roster pages a week, and but Junie the Jap and some other characters like that, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Uh, that's about it, really.
All right. If you could change one thing about the XWF, what would it be?
That's a pretty cool question. I don't know. I think it would be cool, and this is not as opposed to the way. I mean, the way that we do things now is fine, but I think it would be cool to see some sort of graded rubric for role plays, so that there's a number attached. Say you score a 95 out of 100 or a 96 out of 100. I think that would be something cool to see.
All right. And he's actually serious about this one, and he wants to know Fuck, Marry, Kill, Continuum Edition.
Oh, oh shit. I guess I'd have to fuck Corey, marry Doc, and kill Thad.
Ah,
Damn.
I couldn't make it.
Whoa. That's a fair question for any one of us. Paige, FMK, continuing. Who you got?
Okay, so I would have to no. Wow, hold on. I had an answer. I got one for you, but I want to rethink this real quick before I make this because once it's said, it's public and there's no taking it back. So I want to be very careful with who I want to spend the rest of my life with. All right, so I got to marry Doc because I don't want to die.
Easy choice.
I don't think that I could kill him. I think that he would just kill me. Which now brings me to oof. All right, I'm gonna fuck Corey and I'm gonna kill Thad because Corey's less annoying. I love you, Thad.
So that is 2 Thad murders so far. You know what, TK, FMK, continuum.
I'm marrying Doc. I'm fucking Thad, and I'm killing Corey.
Aw. That's our next
See,
guest. We're
Duke.
It's gonna make the
Bro.
next guest more fun, right?
Man, I feel bad. We should have saved this for season 2. This would have been great. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you my answer. FMK, I'm going to marry Doc. I am going to fuck Corey, and I too will kill Thaddeus Duke. I think that makes 3 of it. Didn't we all marry Doc too?
We all
Yes,
married
that's
Doc.
the most wise decision you could make. You got to marry Doc.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right. The next one, it's Vinny says that I think you should definitely
time out. Hold on, time out. We totally got to play this game every fucking week. I challenge everyone on the that's listening to the podcast on the questions thread. We need to have this needs to be a thing. So somebody better be asking it every week. Go ahead.
Oh Now the questions thread is just going to be, we're going to have like 20 FMKs next
Nope,
week.
nope. We're just gonna do one. Fuck all
Okay,
that.
we're just going to do
gonna
one.
do one.
We need a separate thread. We need a questions thread, and then we need a fuck, marry, kill thread then, because otherwise the questions thread is just going to get flooded with who has the best fuck, marry, kills.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
No.
a 24/7 title.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point.
I'll start locking the threads.
Yeah, there you go. Just delete that
All
shit
right.
if it comes on there.
No, put a poll on there. Put a poll for like, and put 3 fuck, marry, kills on there, and then vote in the poll, but ask your own questions.
Gotcha. We'll make that happen.
All right. So up next, Vinny Lane says, I think you should definitely ask him about politics. Earlier, I called RL the mayor, or the soon-to-be mayor of Kentucky. I went out and visited him one time out in Kentucky, and it was an enchanting time for me. I mean, I had a great time, but
That was a lot of
I was
fun,
going through
yeah.
some shit in my life, and it was just cool to get out there for a weekend, hang out, sleep on the floor in separate sleeping bags, drink a lot of beer, eat cookout way too late at night. It was a good time. It was a good
It
time.
was a really good time, man. I really appreciate having you.
The reason I call him the soon-to-be mayor is because he knows everyone in. He steps out, he can go up to anybody like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Shake hands with him and have a conversation like that. It's insane and it's unreal. So we're gonna tie into that. If you ran for mayor of Kentucky, what would your platform be?
Oh, we legalized weed. We start selling it here. We would. I don't know. We definitely legalize weed. I think that would get me elected. Can't believe no one has done it in 2021. So here we
Son,
are.
I'm gonna need for y'all to catch up because I've had my card for about 2 years now.
Yeah, we're totally behind. It's like we're in the Stone Age here. But
Yeah.
definitely legalize weed and $15 an hour minimum wage.
I'm just now learning that.
Your next couple questions coming from Robert the Omega Main. This is actually for everybody, but we'll start with you, RL, and kind of work our way around. We'll go with your right now. It says who are your top 5 personal role players that are active right now? Who are your top 5?
Oh, okay. Well, 5's pretty tough to box in. There's really too many that are really great.
Well,
and
you only
talented
you
here
only
right
get
now.
you only get
If
fucking
put a gun to
5.
my
Dude.
head, it's Corey, Doc, Thad, Betsy, Lackland, but you got to throw in Miss Fury in there. You got to give me a 6. So.
Okay. Okay. Top 5 right now that you're kind of paying attention to and you're reading.
Top 5 I'm reading right now.
Yep, your personal top 5 that are active.
Doc, Betsy, Corey, Jensen, and gotta say TK. That's my partner. Hard to narrow it down to 5, but I'm definitely smart enough not to omit my own tag team partner.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you back on TK? Who are your
Yeah, I'm
top
back.
5 that you're reading that are active?
My top 5 are Robbie Bourbon, of course, number 1. Then Doc, Corey, CCP, but his fucking head's going to get fucking huge, bud. And Miss Fury.
My top 5 that I'm reading, obviously, I read TK, I read Corey, I read Thad, I read Doc, I read Betsy. Those are the religious. When I see them posted, like I immediately would gravitate towards them. But then, like, it is a little difficult to narrow it down to 5 because everybody's kind of doing some
Really?
good
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, like I'm
I
loving
mean,
the whole anarchy thing, like with Fury and Lackland. It's like I can't turn away.
well,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm reading like everybody, and everybody's really
but
great. I mean, it's like I don't know how to. You can't really do 5.
you got your with me honorable mentions: Ruby for Anarchy, Miss Fury for Miss Fury's work on Anarchy. You've got Demos, you've got RL. I mean, there's a plethora. We're so we were talking about this off air with Vinny earlier. We're so talented right now as far as like depth of writing.
Or
and writers that are
stacked.
on their roster. Like I haven't seen it this strong since probably 2005, 2006. I mean, I'm sure that there have been some times where it was a little bit stronger, but we have so many caliber writers right now that there's 4 or 5 people that could hold every belt and all the titles would mean something. You know what I mean? Like
I
that's
would
a
agree
good
with
place.
that. Yeah.
That's a very good place to be in for a Fed.
In my
Um,
mind, it's the best it's ever been. Just in the times that I've been in and out, this is the most
yep,
talent I've seen.
the piggyback from his question, and this one's even going to be more difficult if we can't pick 5 people as far as who we're reading right now. I'm going to call this the Mount Rushmore of e-fetting. Me, your top 5 that would be on your Mount Rushmore.
Oh shit, dude!
That's the
I
question.
I
Is like
no,
give me your 5
no,
legends.
yeah. I mean, he
5
didn't ask Mount
legends.
Rushmore. I guess. I mean, I wrote down because I thought about this. It's hard to. I mean, you can't pencil it in really. I mean, I wrote down definitely James Raven, Unknown Soldier, Jim Cadis, Luca, and probably John Samuels. I mean, but it's impossible to do just 5. But I guess of 5, that's of people who don't role play anymore. Definitely those guys.
Yeah.
Or role play here, right? Even role plays, other places.
Yeah. Oh, Bobby, like give me your 5, your Mount Rushmore.
All right. Well, Lord, do I have to? Yes.
I can circle
Okay.
back. I can circle back around to you, and I can go to TK.
Yeah, TK. You know what? I'm not gonna put TK on the spot like that. My top 5 legends. All right. This might be a little controversial. One, John Madison. He's the guy who got me hooked into the Fed. I think he's hilarious. 2, James Raven. He counts as a legend these days. He operates that legends list, and he's one of my rivals. So hey, that's pretty cool. Tracks, just because I have to name drop him every episode now. He is a legend. It'd be great if he can come back someday, somehow. He was a pretty good writer, really good writer. His smack talk was supreme. It'd be great if he can come back. So that's 3. You're struggling when you're like numbering off and keeping count. Um, shoot, trying to think of some of the names that just aren't here anymore, that you don't see much of anymore, that are legends and that you wish would come back for maybe a one-off. Um, I would have said Morbid Angel, but he's back. Um, so that was always going to be my go-to answer to something like that. It was Morbid Angel, but he's back, and that's fucking awesome.
I mean, he can make your list, man. Because this is your personal top 5 legends. So whether they're active, inactive, doesn't matter. Like, here's your
Oh,
Mount
Morbid,
Rushmore. So you got more. You can put Morbid on that list. This is
Morbid's on my
used
Rushmore
personal.
because Morbid's a great comedy writer as well. He's hilarious. Love reading his work. The fact I get to go up against him is great. And then, um, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. We're gonna add to the tally. TK, I hope you're ready to push the button. I'm gonna say Sean Warstein.
Okay.
All right, so I've only been here like a year and a half. So mine is a little skewed because I don't know some older names.
Hmm.
My Mount Rushmore will have on it Doc, Raven, Robbie Bourbon, Sean Warstein, and Thunder Knuckles. And that's the way it is.
You know what? You're right.
I'm excited to hear
I am-
pages.
I'm taking Warstein off of my top 5, and I'm adding Thunder Knuckles.
There we go.
I got an interesting one because I mean you
Yeah, I'd
gotta
like to
think
hear it. Yeah.
I span back to email feds, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so when I saw this question and I know that it's my answers, people you may know them or you may not know them. And I can't expect for everybody to know a lot of the people that I'm talking about. There's a couple of names on my list that you might be familiar with. Uh, the no-brainer for me is Ron Masayatome. If you don't know him, he's was back in XWF here. Fuck, I don't remember, 15 years ago, maybe. Um, where I first came across him. He's a beast. We did something on the 20-year reunion show. I think in 2019. That's on the boards. He's a master of this fucking game, guys. He's awesome. And I worked with him in the WWF too, behind the scenes. He helped me with the Fed for a while, and he's awesome. Uh, Second person that's on my Mount Rushmore is a guy by the name of Paul Frost. Some of you may be familiar with him, some of you may not be familiar with him. And why he's on my Mount Rushmore is for his contributions behind the scenes. Like, he's a really good writer. But he was main event level, but he was never really like world title level. You could put the belt on him because he could tell a story, but behind the scenes, his brain for booking shit like this was impeccable, and he was just amazing in that regard. So I take that into consideration. Um, the third person that's on my Mount Rushmore is a guy named MGK who didn't get a he came here with me back in 2019, but personal reasons he had to take off. Um, the fourth person on my Mount Rushmore is Jason Williams because I got to see Jason Williams when Jason Williams was a thing. Um, and then the fifth person that's on my Mount Rushmore is going to be, you may remember him, you may not remember him. When I was dealing with him, he was hot. He was a hot thing. Was Famine of the Vile. Bear in mind that we're going back 20 years on that. There's 5 top guys for you right there.
And see, now it's got me thinking, if it's like Mount Rushmore, we're talking about absolute Mount Rushmore, or we're just talking about the 5 inactive, best inactive.
Your
I
personal,
mean, I don't.
we're
It's
talking,
like,
hey, your
yeah, I
personal
mean,
legends. They can be active or
I mean,
inactive. I
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
Those are just
yeah.
5 people and why they were important to
It's
me. Like,
mhm,
everyone's list is interchangeable. It's what they mean to you at that time.
yeah,
I happen to be able to say that I have worked with a lot of fucking quality writers throughout my
absolutely.
run, from top tier to bottom of the barrel. James Raven is definitely in the conversation. Actually, you know what? I would pull Famine and put Raven in that place because a Famine has a spot for me. Uh, Raven would take that fifth spot on my Mount Rushmore. I had to backtrack on that one. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Famine. You've been booted out of my Mount Rushmore and replaced by James Raven. Because Raven has been in the game fucking ever. I mean, as far back as I can
Yeah,
remember with the XWF, he's been with the WGWF. He's got a great mind for what he's doing, and he's still writing today, just like I am. He's a beast. I mean, then you've got modern day guys. When I say modern day, let's talk in the last 10 years, 12 years. You've got guys like the Engineer. You've got guys like uh, Thad Duke or Sebastian Duke. You've got the Vinnie Lanes. You've got
right.
the Unknown Soldiers. You've got uh, there's a plethora of people uh, that have claim and could be interchanged at any point for any reason.
Right. I think we can have a very long discussion as to what the
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore is, but I think we've all pointed out our personal top 5 legends pretty
Yep.
solidly.
Move on to the next question.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and skip a few down because I'm gonna stick with Vinny's questions. Um, actually, first I'm gonna go ahead and ask Theo's. Then I'm gonna ask Vinny. Have you ever heard of condoms?
Unfortunately, yeah, they're overrated. We need a male birth control pill. That would be great. I'd run on that as mayor too.
All right. What are the names of the top 50 list that you think should be pulled off?
Oh yeah, see, that's funny. I sent a mock-up list into Vinny when I saw he posted this question, and it's kind of funny the way my top 10 looks exactly like it is, except I mean it's just mixed around a little bit. So I had number 1 NG, number 2 Gator, 3 Lackland, 4 Eli, 5 Robert Maine, 6 Luca, 7 Robbie. So I got hit you right on the head. I had 8 Morbid, 9 Cadis, 10 Tracks. Um, and I also had TK beating Cadron 24-25. So if you're listening to this, you need to come back. We're waiting on you. TK's waiting to kick that ass.
Sure am.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know, so
Cadron
I
was
don't really think that I mean the list looks almost exactly how I sent it to Lane in the first place. I think they did a great job picking who they had.
all right. So just to circle back, because I love circles, to the top 5 legends. Everybody on my legends list is off. It is just Cadron 5 times.
Yeah, absolutely. Cadron's great. He's a great guy to work with too when he's around.
Okay, no, it's Cadron 4 times and TK. All right. So who should be added to the top 50 list? I think you kind of covered that.
Oh yeah. So there was okay. So I also had Kinsey and Ruby because I was just thinking about like Lane era people, like who are the people, like if you think about kind of when that transition began, um, you know, this is like my top 50 of that, and I think that Kinsey and Ruby should be a part of it.
Cool. And you kind of went over it again as well, but how would you change the order? Like you mentioned a couple of
Yeah.
instances, but any big massive changes?
No, I mean like even when I was doing that, that top 10, that's all interchangeable. I think Gator could have Noah up there too. I mean, whoever he wanted to have up there, and I think he should have been second. And, I had Lackland at third. So I mean, really, you can interchange any of these.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just cover the Noah Jackson ones. We're back in order. You and Paul White, the guy who's in the AEW, who used to be the Big
Yeah.
Show, used to be the Giant. You swap places. You have to be a commentator and part-time wrestler on AEW, and he now has full control of your characters and writes RPs for them. How well do you think the both of you will do?
Oh, I think that Edgar would be instantly more entertaining. He's kind of a drab guy anyway, so we just have to get Paul White a big enough keyboard to write stuff. As for me being a commentator on AEW, I think I would be. I mean, the show would at least be funny because I would be like, really unironically bad at the job. So, I'd give it my all, but it would be just kind of cringe, probably.
Thanks. All right, TK, you want to move on with the next question?
Sure. Hang Kill ask, do you prefer propane or charcoal?
Does anybody really prefer propane? Is that a thing? Besides Hank Hill, I charcoal definitely. I don't know who doesn't prefer charcoal.
Taste the meat, not the heat.
Right. Well, I like charcoal.
Paige, next.
I think Alias has the best questions of all. Yo, can I get Angie's digits?
Yeah, I got him here. Look. Okay, so it's 202-224-2541. Call her
I
up.
thought it.
So much editing on this show.
No,
I
no, no. I
thought it
want to
was
verify
gonna.
exactly whose number that actually is. I don't think that's Angie's.
Ah, really? Trust me.
I
Just
thought it
call
would
it.
be. I,
Call it.
I thought it would. I thought it would be 8675309.
That's Jenny's.
That's Jenny Miss, dude.
All right. So I'm gonna move up and go to Atara because like she's got like I don't know 20.
Great
Um,
question. Yeah.
so let's just get into them. What books or authors do you feel had the most influence on your writing?
Oh shit. I think okay, so when I was 16 maybe and I read Catcher in the Rye, that was probably the first time I read something. It was like, oh, I would like to try to write one day. And then, like Ernest Hemingway and Stephen King and Hunter Thompson, stuff like that. I mean, um, George Orwell. That's all the stuff I like.
Where do you find the most creative inspiration? Music, TV?
Oh, it's definitely music. Uh, Definitely music. It's like sometimes you hear it. I don't know how many role plays I've written where it's just been me listening to um, a song and hold on a second. I'm sorry,
How dare you?
guys. Dude, I'm like, I lost my place. Where the fuck did it go?
Did you seriously script your answers?
Dude, well, I wrote some notes, man. I can't remember what I said.
Wow.
So am I, but I'm coherent.
No, it's definitely music. It really is. I've written so many things where it's like, you hear a song, it's like you see a movie scene in your head, and that's where it comes from, really.
All right, your opinion. What makes an exceptional e-fetter? Do you prefer, or excuse me, in your opinion, what makes a handler an exceptional e-fetter? And
Yeah,
excuse me, do
that's a good
you
question.
prefer story or trash talk?
See, I think the best e-fetters are the ones who blend it really well. When you can like subtly talk shit about your opponent through a role play. I think like Raven and Corey do it really well. Noah does it really well. A lot of people do it really well. Those are the best e-fetters, I think.
Not me.
Uh,
Definitely you. Definitely you.
Mm-mm.
I think you do a good job in it.
what is your pet peeve when reading a promo?
Oh shit, it's something that we all do, but it's like the history lesson promos. I've done them, you've done them,
Yep.
we've all had to in some form or fashion, but it's like really boring. I hate reading it and I hate writing it.
Usually those are setup pieces.
Yeah,
Those
I
are usually
just
first
hate
out the
them, man. I
gate.
don't know. It's like God, what are you talking about, man? I don't know what you're talking about,
Um,
and I don't care to go back and look. Like,
no. How much is too much when it comes to word counts?
oh shit. Well, that just like depends on the handler. I don't think I've ever really gone much above like 5,000 words with anyone. And
That's where I try and keep mine.
I've had some success, but like there's some people that need to write that much, and they flesh out good stories doing it. And you know, um, like a 12,000 word role play of mine wouldn't be good. Like Betsy's was good. I could sit there and read that. And it's for me. It's just about maximizing how much maximizing a few thousand words as opposed to more than that.
Which character, not your own and not the handler, the character, would you most like bring to from fantasy into the real world?
Oh man, could you imagine having a like a beer with Thunder Knuckles or Robbie Bourbon or Noah Jackson? Like just go out on the town with those motherfuckers one night. It would be great. It'd be a lot of fun.
Final question from Atara. When will you buy Noah's Legacy smut when it's published?
Shit, I got that on pre-order.
I
Already got
I think I think we had to support one of our own, so I think everybody would be supporting Noah in that regard.
yeah, absolutely. Pre-order that shit now. It's
Bob,
tantalizing in-ring action.
Bobby, we got any questions? Any more questions?
Very tasteful. Very tasteful.
Well, Demos asks, can you enumerate all the reasons why the television championship is the superior mid-card championship belt relative to the Hart title? I want to know that one too. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, that's it's gonna be like a weird answer coming from the Hart champion, but I actually prefer the TV title. I think it's
Superior title.
yeah, I just enjoy it better. That was the first championship I ever won, and
One left, and I think that's Ned's.
All right, so take it, Bobby.
All right. How was your view of storytelling in RPs and angles/segments changed over your experience in or out of the XWF?
these are some really good questions from Ned. When I first heard the first episode of the podcast, it really changed my opinion on ways to tell stories. When I was listening to Paige talk about what he'd done with Duke, and I think that's more this go around what I'd like to see happen than just being concerned on wins and losses. Telling good stories and having fun.
All right. And the last one, and I think I might save these two questions for later too for other guests. These are good. This one might be a bit difficult to answer. But what would you consider your most important RP for you as a writer? Not necessarily what you consider your best, but the one that sticks out to you as signifying a huge leap for you as a writer, or perhaps one that set up many story beats or character moments in the future.
I think probably the most important one for me. I mean, it's hard to answer that, but it was, if you go back and read those last 3 that I did with Dolly, I think it kind of it was a Christmas Carol adaptation, and Dolly was Scrooge pretty much, and she kind of instead of saying it's like staying self-centered and selfish and only concerned about herself, she decided to go live out on a commune. And I think it kind of served. I didn't know if I don't think I realized it when I was writing it, but in a way, it kind of served as an allegory for what I want to do here in the XWF. And this place is a village, and I just want to be here and help out and have fun and have a good time telling these stories.
I think that wraps it up, man. There were some really good questions there from the Fed this week.
Those definitely were. I really appreciate all the love and the questions. I mean, it really means a lot.
RL, thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate talking with you. I know that I've got some shit going on my side that's gonna occupy my attention for a minute, but we really appreciate you coming by.
Absolutely, brother, man. Anytime. It was great, and I appreciate even being considered to be on here.
Oh, that's what the sign up is for, dude.
No, it was a thrill having you on here. Ladies and gentlemen, RL Edgar, it's good catching up with you, bud. Like, just having you on the show again, not on the again, but talking with you again on the show this time it's pretty sweet. And wish you the best. I look forward to seeing you again sometime, maybe, most likely. And then yeah, keep rocking it out on the boards, bro, and keep rocking out on the boards, everybody in the XWF universe. TK, you want to sign off?
Yep, I got you. Edgar, so happy you came on. Talented
TK.
writer, best dude on the entire
gee.
planet. Fucking,
Gee.
is your knob slobbed?
That'll do. That'll
All
do.
right.
That'll do, pig. All right.
Well,
I think you should keep going.
well,
I mean, it was just a tease, but who knows? Who knows?
If you have to ask if that was enough, it's bad head.
well, everybody, have a good night.
Gentlemen, thank you again for having me.
That wraps it up, guys. And we have a message from Vinny Lane.
And as always, fuck you, Ghost Tank.
Thanks for listening to the XWF podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the XWF YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at XWF1999. And don't forget to check us out at XWF99.com. Be sure to join us next time where the action never slows down.